Welcome back to the Code With Me videos for Chapter 6. In this video, we'll be talking specifically about the video element, specifically covering activities 2 through 8. First thing is, if you go into your folders, you notice there's a folder called Trap Town in Chapter 6. Go ahead and load that into brackets, or if you already have Chapter 6 loaded in brackets, use that as well. Regardless, open up the folder and open up the index file. And since we're going to go ahead and use that file as well, let's load that into our browser. So back here, Travel Town, index, load. Perfect. Okay. So after the closing p tag, p tag right here, closing tag. We're going to press enter to create a new line, and we're going to insert a video. Well, how do you insert video in HTML5? It's quite easy. Video tag. There we go. We've pretty much inserted a video. Unfortunately, there's not much here because, well, the browser doesn't know what to load. So let's tell it what to load by using the src attribute. And in this case, it's going to be in the multimedia folder, and it's going to be scuba xvid. There we go. We take a look at the browser, we refresh, and where's the video? Video's not showing up. Let's take a look at the code. The code is refreshed as we have it in the browser. Let's load the video. Where's the video? Well, the reason why this isn't working is because this format is not supported by Chrome. Not the MP4 format, but instead this file itself actually uses the xvid codec, which is not supported by Chrome. We must use an MP4 video that uses the H.264 codec. Chances are, if you're going to get into more technical aspects, you may understand the difference, but as far as video formatting, you can research it, otherwise it's just a long and tedious process to explain. So let's go back to the browser and update this to the correct formats. Let's take off the xvid because the other one properly works. And look, we have a big black box. What does that mean? Well, let's take a look at the code. The code is the same as the browser, or the brackets. We click on the video itself, and we load the video. That's weird. The video played, so why didn't it work? Because the very first frame of the video is black. It's a big black box. Well, how do we allow the person to actually control what's going on? That's where the Boolean attributes come in. In this case, we can use controls. So we save, we refresh, and now the user has the capability to play, to pause, to skip ahead, skip back, control the audio, and even full screen if you want. Hey, look, full screen. So based on that, if you don't have the controls attribute, then the person can't do anything except see the first frame. Okay, well, that sort of works. In the next video, or the next activity, going to be using the fallback content in case someone can't load the video, or in case we're bad developers and we forget the controls attribute and they can't load it. So what this means is that we're actually going to be adding a link to the video itself inside the video tag. So this way, in case the video tag isn't supported, either in an older browser or in case the system just doesn't support it yet, this is a good fallback. Link. Okay, scuba video. And we're going to link this to the exact same thing, multimedia, scuba 432, 432 MP4. Okay, we save, we refresh. And well, the user can't do much because we took the controls away. But if they go back to the code, they can see that if the video tag is not supported, then the hyperlink reference anchor tag is supported there. So let's go back and add the controls back in because we're good developers. We want people to use the page. Refresh, they have controls. Good. Just to show you what happens in case the video tag is not supported, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the video tag to a banana tag. And the good thing is we save, we refresh, the browser does not support a banana tag because there's no such thing as a banana tag. But this gives you a good idea and example of what happens if the browser can't support a tag it doesn't know what to do. In this case, there's no such thing as a banana tag, Chrome doesn't know what to do with it, so it's going to show you the fallback link of the video itself, which is pretty much the exact same thing we loaded when we took a look at the source code. So that way you have a good idea about what happens when you have fallback links. If it supports the item, it will play it, but if not, it'll have the fallback link. So what happens if the browser can't support MP4 in general, just for some odd reason? Well, in that case, we're actually going to be adding different sources of the video for it to load. What does that mean? Well, what it means is we're actually going to take this src right here from the main video tag, cut it from the video tag, and put it in the source tag. Now the good thing is, this basically does the exact same thing. If you save and refresh in the browser, there's no visual or coding difference because it basically does the exact same thing. It's loading the first source it finds. But in case it can't find the it can't load the MP4 file, we can load a different source, in this case multimedia, and it would be the VOB. Okay, we can look at that. What happens? Well, we save, we refresh, and, well, what did it load? We don't know, but the browser knows automatically. If we go ahead and take off the MP4 version and just use the VOB version, we save, we refresh, and it has a little different format, and Chrome doesn't really know how to do it. So, if we use the VOB version first, the browser kind of knows what to do. It's a little faster, but if you have this on a secondary or a external web server, then it may not know what to do because it has to download everything in order to process it. So what we can do is we can actually go in and add the type attribute, and the type attribute is telling the browser what it can and cannot actually load. In this case, we're going to say video VOB. And down here we're going to say type video MP4 because that's what it is. Do we have one more? Let's check. Source src multimedia, and now we have the xvid, but that's about it. We may have a WebM. If you want, you can add the WebM. WebM. Oh, look at that. We do have it. Good. Type equals video WebM. What is WebM? Well, that is a web format multimedia version that a lot of modern browsers can support. So we save, we refresh, and the browser automatically chooses the best one that it can load thanks to the type attribute, instead of trying to load what it can't and figure out that it can't. This way just makes it easier on the browser and makes it easier on the user. Okay. Next we have width and height, more attributes for the video tag. Width, let's specify this as 600. Height as 1500. What the? We refresh and whoa, what happened here? Well, what happened is that the browser took the values we used quite literally, and it made the video 1500 pixels high by 600 pixels wide. Well, the video is not that big, so if we play it, it's only going to play as big as it actually is versus the full available space that the browser is allowing it. If we take a look at developer tools, let's hop this over to the right to make it a little easier. We take a look at the actual video element, and that video element is quite big, but again, the video itself is not that big, so it only plays in the available space. So what we can do is we can actually go back, modify this to, let's just say, more appropriate version. Height of 120, width of 216. We save, we refresh, and now it's scaled down. Same video, just smaller dimensions. If you forget one of the attributes, width or height, then the browser will automatically scale it proportionally based on what you put in. So if we say a width of 500 and negate the height, we save, we refresh, and the browser automatically knows what to do. But just to make sure we have things correct, let's just say width 42, height of 240. Good, okay. That way it automatically takes the amount of space, allocates it for the video, no matter what the format, and puts the video into play. Good. And if you notice, there's a slight little black bar on the side only because we specified the width of the video, which is actually a little wider than what the video is. All right. Next, we have some fun attributes of autoplay. What that means is that when the person automatically loads the browser, the video automatically plays, just like you go onto YouTube and the video automatically plays as soon as you get there. It's a great thing if someone is expecting it, but if they're not, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt because the video is automatically playing and they don't know how to control it because they need to find the video in order to pause it. Otherwise, they have to close the tab and they'll never come back. One of the other worst ones is loop. Save, refresh, we go back to the video and go to the end of the video. And once the video is done, it automatically goes back and plays again. It is a great feature, but it is not the best feature because it will loop continuously until the end of time or when the browser and or tab closes. Okay, the last one is muted. We save, we refresh, you take a look at the sound icon right here, and it automatically starts because autoplay, and it starts on a loop because loop, and it starts muted because we have the muted attribute. Now don't forget that you can set these things to true if you want, or 1 or anything else. It does the exact same thing because it is present. If you take away the attribute itself, then the attribute is false and therefore it will start with the item itself. Okay? A lot of stuff. Next, let's take away the autoplay and the loop, and let's add the poster as soon as I learn how to spell it right. And the poster attribute allows for an item to be loaded in place of the video so that something else can be loaded before the video starts playing. If you have an autoplay feature, well, the poster doesn't do any good because then it just goes away as soon as the video starts. So let's take a look. Images, TT, poster. Good. Save, refresh. And hey, look at that. We have Travel Town Luxury Tropical Vacations. That is automatically loaded before the video so you can play it and the video loads. If you have autoplay enabled, well, we save, we refresh, and the poster appears very briefly, but then it goes away as soon as the video starts. So if you have autoplay, poster is kind of pointless, and vice versa. All right. So that is everything for this chapter, or this section of the chapter 6. In the next section of Code With Me, we'll talk about adding audio, which may be a little harder based on how things are set up, but hopefully should have the same concept. If you have any questions about things covered in this video or anything in chapter 6, please let me know. I'll get back to you the best way I know how.